there for us, or he can log out.
We're good.
We're good. Oh, okay.
We're good.
We're good. Oh, okay. Did you do it, or did he?
Yeah, he did it right as I moved the mouse.
Okay.
He moved it again and clicked, and the screen cleared and started streaming.
All right, it is
6:03.
6:03. Oh, that's pretty good, 6:03. Call the meeting to order, September 29th, 2025. First order of business, public comment. If anybody has a public comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address, address your comments to the board and not to the audience, and you have 3 minutes. Anybody? No. All right.
Is this the time to talk about the special permit thing, or to wait until
You
we get there?
can talk whenever you want, but I'll allow you to talk when we get to that particular,
Thank you.
that particular item if you want. It's up to you.
No, I'm good, I'm good.
Okay. Nobody? Okay. Next order of business is the vote on the release of the right-of-way easement on 41 Lee Hill Road.
Do you have this already, Mr. Wendell?
I do. If anybody has any questions they need to clear up before we do this? No
questions.
All right. I move to release the right-of-way easement located on 41 Lee Hill Road and grant to the Wolf Family Trust of 2017 with a mailing address of 41 Lee Hill Road, Lee, New Hampshire, 03861, a quitclaim deed stating the same. Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
We'll send that to the registry tomorrow.
All right. Next order of business is appointments. Seth Peters?
Yes.
Yep.
Do I?
Yep, up here, if you could, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
The reason I wanted to come in tonight was
Just
a
state your
neighbor.
name, state your name and address, okay?
Pardon?
Name and address.
Seth Peters, 23 Old Mill Road. The reason I came in tonight is I'm a neighbor to the State and Highway Department property. And over the years, I've noticed that they're stockpiling crushed asphalt. And they have thousands of yards there and I'm concerned about it contaminating the water underneath the property.
Mhm.
I have some pictures I'd like to show you. I originally called the state water pollution board or whatever and talked to someone about it, and they told me as long as the asphalt is in a solid form, there's no problem, because obviously all the roads are everywhere. But when you grind it up and create a powder like that, you're allowing the water to perk through it and go down into the soil. Previously, in I think it was early 2000s, when they were doing the Spalding Turnpike, Severino dug up the asphalt on the highway there and moved it to their pit in Dover. And for some reason, I think it was the city of Dover, made them truck it back to Newington and stockpile it next to the road there and cap it over. And I was wondering if the board could look into this, and because, you know, it's an aquifer protection zone.
I can certainly, I've got some contacts at DES that I can start with and see what they're willing to do.
You know, if nothing else, I think it should be covered. And I'd like to definitely get a definite answer. Is it contaminating the groundwater or not? I know for a fact that groundwater flows from that property onto mine. I've done test wells out there. Also, I read somewhere that any asphalt previous to 1979 had a chemical in it that was polluting. And so that's why I'm concerned also. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of old asphalt being added to that pile. See, different was just a few, 100 yards or something, but it's literally thousands of yards I saw down there. and it's all ground up.
So can you find out from, was it DES?
Yeah, I'll start with DES and see if there's anywhere else I need to go.
Okay. Can you make sure Mr. Peters is kept aware of
Yep.
what you find out?
I certainly can.
Okay, great, thank you.
for letting us know.
Thank you, Sarah.
Good, thank you.
You'll keep the pictures?
No, they're right here. Thank you for bringing those in. Next up is Steve Bullock and Chief Nemeth.
The James Farm fire pond has been on our radar for a little bit. We came to the board a while ago asking for funds through the CIP. We've had to pull that aside because after having the meeting with John Tappan, that wouldn't be covered, so we redid it for James Farm. Working with Steve Bullock, he said that he can do a lot of the work himself. One of the problems is he doesn't have an excavator big enough to dig the hole. So the pipe in the ground is actually, it was forced up at an angle, the overflow pipe, the drainage pipe. So the plan is for us to draft the pond down a little bit further. He's gonna purchase a concrete basin to be placed where that pipe is, and then put a new piece of pipe from that concrete basin out, which should secure everything. So Steve wrote me a letter with all of the price. He said he didn't know the culvert pipe might be cheaper, because he just doesn't know the length. When he starts digging it, he'll see how far back he's gonna cut the pipe to see the length. So that price could change. And then Farrell gave us a price of $7,500, but that's for 2 days of work. He thinks he can do it in 1 day, so that price should go down as well.
So can you explain the sodium bentonite? Plugging a hole, what are you plugging?
So we had several consultants come out there with us, and Jay looked at the berm on the side of the pond that is on the easement side that we were looking at purchasing. There's a hole in the pond. So what's happening is the trees are growing into that side, and then the water's finding its way through the root. And he says this chemical, well, powder, I guess, that you put on it, it almost goes into all those areas and acts almost like a concrete, so it'll actually dam it up for us. He said a lot of ponds, they actually will just put this down and it'll secure almost like a liner.
And that's Jay Stevens, who we've used as the town engineer for a number of years.
So we've got roots of trees that are growing through the berm. Shouldn't we remove those, or is
We
it-
have.
Oh, we have.
Yep,
Okay.
Steve went down the other day, or his crew went down the other day and removed everything. And that was something that we were looking at doing for the maintenance and keeping up with all the fire ponds. That was the last conversation we had about this, was going through and clearing them all out, which we are doing.
So is this considered maintenance? If it's not considered maintenance, then you can use that trust fund, but capital reserve fund, but if it's maintenance, I think you've already said, the trustee said.
Correct, this is repair. We're repairing the pipe.
Repair.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want to
if
speak to it?
you, please.
John Tappan, Chair of the Trustees of Trust Funds. The purpose of the fund is installation of new fire ponds and cisterns and repair and replacement of existing fire ponds and cisterns. And the fund has previously been used, there was a warrant article in 2017, raise and appropriate the sum of $62,340 to rebuild fire ponds, dry hydrants on Tamarack Road and James Farm Road. That was not quite enough money. The select board added a little more, and fiscal year 2019, $65,588 came out for that repair and rebuild. Specifically, the clearing around the ponds, clearing trees and brush, that is what the trustees of trust funds determined was maintenance, and that is not covered. But this clearly looks like the kind of repair that's been done before, and the fund was originally set up for.
Thank you, Mr. Tom. Any questions for the chief?
No questions.
Any questions? Should we include in this motion in terms of how much money we're talking about? Because it just says funds. can we include how much it is? Because you're asking for up to 10, right? So I move to authorize the Department of Public Works Director, Steve Bullock, to contract with Farrell Contracting to fix the leak out of the sidewall and replace the discharge pipe at James Farm Fire Pond. Funds to come out of the Fire Cistern Capital Reserve Fund in an amount not to exceed $10,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is there a reason why you took out the contract with Civil Consultants?
That's already been completed.
Oh, okay. And we don't need to pay them out of this fund? Okay.
Because that was maintenance, wasn't it?
We
We
did it.
No, that was the plan.
It was the plan for the
That was the
repair.
plan, yeah,
So,
and that's already done.
Are you okay with it?
yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Make sure I understood.
Any other discussion? No.
How do we pay for the Civil Consultants?
How did we?
Yeah.
I think Karen paid for it. I don't remember.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
come
right,
out of
so
the
it's
planning
taking,
and
okay,
zoning budget.
all right, then I'm fine.
All set?
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Yes.
All right, stay up there. It's your turn again.
The next one is discussing moving forward with purchasing a new fire engine. Throughout the last couple of months, we've been talking to a lot of different companies of the demo models that they might have available. We found one through Bulldog Fire Apparatus, which is out of Massachusetts. It's a custom KME Panther pumper. It's got a 1,000-gallon tank, 1,500-gallon-a-minute pump, which is what our normal trucks have. We went down and actually saw the truck down in Mass and took it out for a drive. And the compartments, we brought the old design of engine one with the compartment sizes to compare them. And this truck, the compartments are a lot larger. Some of the outfits we're gonna be doing is there's 6 seats in it. There's 2 on the back wall that are up against each other. We're gonna remove those 2 seats and build a custom cabinet in the back so we can put more equipment in there, like our ice rescue suits. And we're gonna do another one in the doghouse in the front by the engine for the medical equipment, which we have now with engine one. So space-wise, it has a ton of space. There is no rescue pumper out there for demos. Companies are not making them. But we found that this one met our needs moving forward. The price of the truck is $736,898. With the upfits, it's another $90,103 for a total of $827,001.
Based on the email that somebody sent, maybe we should go into non-public to talk about a concern that I have.
Yep, I would go in under C.
Oh, I don't have all the gobbledygook for me.
I can give that to you if you would like.
I've said it so many times, I kind of like push it out of my mouth.
We're gonna do that right this second.
You want to leave it?
I feel like we have a
Okay,
different
we'll leave
audience
it.
for
I wouldn't think
the
this would take too long,
special
but that's
event. I
okay.
have no idea I don't know what your concern is.
Okay,
Is it 5-minute concern or is it a 20-minute concern?
well, it depends on how long the chief wants to talk about it, so. We can wait, we just,
Okay.
the chief has to sit here until we get to that point, but that's okay. All right. Can you hang around for a little bit, chief?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to say anything because it's based on what somebody said,
That's fine.
so.
There's just clearly a number of people here for the special event policy, so I
Okay.
just didn't know if you want which order you wanted to do them in.
All right, well, we'll do regular business, then we'll get to this. Thank you, sir. All right, regular business, town administrator.
Yeah, the special event policy and application that you have is the same as I presented before with no changes. I spoke with Mrs. Cox, Laurel Cox, earlier today, and I could hear her husband in the background as well, who had some helpful suggestions regarding language that I think would be a good idea to make. One in particular was, I actually copied the state statute language, which included the term licenses and permits, and I think we should probably use license or permit instead of licenses and permits. That was a concern that Mrs. Cox had raised. also make clear in the policy that there is no fee. I didn't include any fees, but that was a suggestion that you make it clear that there is no fee for the permit or license, whichever we go with. So I guess I would add that. And also to tighten up the purpose, although the purpose is pretty straightforward in this. But I think at this point, I would bring this back to the board with some of those edits that were suggested.
Okay.
And I'm anticipating that I might get some more.
Okay, any questions?
I guess the only thing I would add, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the one-day special liquor license pretty much covers all of this. Is there any way we can just add, there's a box here for liquor.
Right.
Somewhere on this thing, I had it earlier, there it is. Can we just add just attach the permit and we'll call it good? Like, is there a way to simplify this so it's not as much duplicated work?
I don't think that just attaching the permit and we'll call it good is going to work, because I know the fire department and the police department are interested in traffic concerns and tents and that sort of thing, which is not necessarily covered in the temporary liquor permit.
But they both have to sign off the temporary liquor permit.
Right, and I think if they sign off for the temporary liquor permit, they're clearly gonna sign off on the policy, but particularly for larger events, they wanna know about your parking area, they wanna know if you're gonna be parking on the road, they wanna know if they're gonna be able to squeeze fire and rescue apparatus into where you are. Things are not necessarily contemplated by the state's temporary liquor permit.
Okay. It feels like a lot.
I think if you've gone through the steps to get the temporary liquor permit, you're easily going to be able to fly through this policy. The other thing I would mention is the people holding the event are not necessarily applying for a temporary liquor permit.
Oh, I know, I'm aware of that, I just wanna make sure we're not making everybody duplicate work, because I do feel like a lot of them come hand in hand, not necessarily all
Lots
the
of
time,
times the
but-
host would have no particular reason, if they have vendors coming, which is usually the case, they have alcohol and food vendors coming on, they're the ones that have to get the temporary liquor application.
Can I ask a question? Why is the Conservation Commission signing off? I can see if it's on its easement, but.
If you check, one of the boxes is if you want to use conservation land
Okay.
for your special event, the Conservation Commission would like to know about it. See if
So
it's,
that's something, whoever gets this is checking that box then, not them, because it says for official use only.
Right,
Right.
that's Andy.
I will say that the Planning and Zoning Administrator will take a look at your application. If you haven't checked Conservation Commission and 90% of your property is in conservation, she's likely to call you and ask you.
Well, you shouldn't be checking it, because it's under the official use only, so she's checking that. Okay.
Linda, you had did you want to speak at all?
Andy has already talked about it. Laurel and Chuck and I talked earlier today, so
Okay. you're
Andy
good.
has already addressed those things.
And I had the edits to the special event policy. I'm not sure that I'm going to have as much luck with traffic slowing devices on 155, which we also talked about, but
Well, I'd love to see that. Speed humps. Speed humps.
we'll certainly have the conversation with DOT about what might be done.
We don't have much control, do we?
They listen to me. Pretend they're listening anyway.
Chief Nemeth, did you have something you wanted to say about this?
I would just say that the effect of the form is that, I understand it's a lot, but at the same point, we've been getting a lot of liquor licenses, and me and Tom talk, and then sometimes Karen is involved because of health. For me, I guess, there's so many different pieces to this whole puzzle, that if they hold an event, I have to look at tents, I have to look at food trucks, the crowd size, that type of thing. Tommy has his own thing, so I think it just keeps us more honest as to, we can give that form to somebody, they can give us a better idea of what's going on and what they might need moving forward, and it kind of just puts everything all into one.
Okay.
There's just a lot of moving parts between the three of us and signing off on it, and it just helps us a lot better.
What's the teeth to this? Like, for instance, I'm
You can
a
revoke,
cranky old man and I'm holding an event, but I don't do this form, and somebody finds out after the fact or during the event that I'm doing this. Is there something gonna happen with these people?
the board has the right, and it's written into the policy, the board has the right to revoke or cancel a permit or policy. And once
He
this
said
is,
if you did apply for it.
Yes,
What happens if you don't?
if I, okay, I'm a cranky person
you just do it.
and I just do it
Or just unknowing.
unknowing.
Right.
What happens to that particular person?
You get spoken to.
Right.
Ask me how I know.
Okay,
There's no particular fine or that sort of thing. There is reference to the RSA that prescribes penalties. I did not put the fine in. I can put the actual penalties under compliance.
okay.
Might be
I
a
just-
good idea.
That would be fine, just so they know what's gonna happen if they don't fill it out.
It's fairly minor.
Because there's some
The fine of
RSA's that says,
$150 somehow sticks in my
you shall
head.
not do this, but nothing is, what's gonna happen in a consequence, there's no consequence.
There is specific state RSA
Okay.
that gives you some authority to have teeth.
Just so, full disclosure.
I can add these specific penalties instead of just looks in the RSA.
Something else, chief?
Can I just suggest, if it's a first-time offense, we just talk to them and say, hey, because this is gonna be new and big for the public to even understand that we have that, because we haven't had it. I think that's, when we started doing all the inspections in town, that's what we did. We went in, we had a chat with them, and we kind of laid it all out, how things are gonna be moving forward, and just kind of gave them a year, so that would be my suggestion, is to be like, hey,
Okay.
we do have this now, let's move on, but if they do it a second year or third year, maybe that's when we revoke it.
I just wanna be upfront that, if you don't, okay. Anything else on this? Anybody have anything they need to say?
Quick question, Marie Wills.
Can you get that down to the thing?
You gotta.
So I can't hear you.
We'd like to record.
Just wonder with the temporary liquor, who owns liability if they have it at one of our parks, like say, Little River Park or something, they got a temporary, somebody crashes into somebody, it kills somebody, I mean.
As it stands right now, you can't have alcohol at Little River Park,
Oh.
whether you have a temporary permit or not. So,
Okay, so it doesn't apply to
right.
stuff like
This
that?
would apply, if the board changed its policy, it could apply to town property, but as it stands right now, it would apply to large events on private property.
Oh, okay. All right, understood, thank you.
Wendy Fawn?
Wendy Fogg, 179 Wednesday Hill Road. The document says that family events will be exempt and things like that. So what if you have a family event that's over 200 people, which it's not unheard of to have a wedding over 200 people, and they're having a bar, and, and they're not required to have this permit or this license, how does that work?
That would be, the board can advise me to put a limit on it for family events.
Because right now, there's no limit.
That's not gonna address the alcohol issue.
Do other towns have similar policies?
This is very similar to a number of other towns and cities that have the same policy, yes.
Is there somebody you can talk to in the state with respect to this?
They're not gonna give me much advice with regard to private family events that are, you're not charging for. Typically, your homeowner's policy gives you social host liquor liability.
Point well made, but it's a hard one to crack.
Well, it's another one of those what's fair for everybody thing.
Can we ask our legal opinion in terms of, what they would suggest?
For family events.
Yeah. Because I think if you're having 200 people, I don't think anybody has a 200-car parking lot, so that's gonna affect traffic, I would think.
5 to 8 people per car.
People.
Yeah.
It's like in the olden days when you got into the movie theater, the drive-in, you put them in the trunk.
I mean, if I have a
My
40-car
back's still
parking
hurts, my
lot,
parents doing
I
it.
can have 200 people.
It's true.
Yeah. Good discussion.
All right, anything else with this? Anybody? No?
I will make some edits and circulate a new version, and we'll get that up well before the next meeting, so it's online as well.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, a couple of miscellaneous things. I'll start with good news. We got the state education tax warrant outlooks for today. We went down about $100,000. We're still a little over $1 million, but it's $100,000 lower than it was last year. We're starting the audit next week. I think we've got everything pretty much in line so we can move forward smoothly. I've been in conversation with Ethan, who's the lead on the team that's doing the audits for us. I will have a absolute final for the closure of the financial year for you this week that I will forward. There were a couple of anomalies that threw me a little bit. The library renovation money that was spent in 2025 ended up being a line item in the budget per DRA directive, not request. So, and there were a couple of other things. There was a conservation grant we received that ended up in the expenditures, and Parks and Rec, the exercise instructor that's typically paid out of the revolving fund was paid as an employee. So I kept coming up with a budget that was about $222,000 over what had been passed. But when you take those numbers out, we come in under the line and are fine. So I'll send a copy of that to you as well. I think that was about it. I apologize for the town clerk tax collector budget versions that went out. We had not received a budget from them, and actually Mr. Bugby's reminder that we needed a tax collector's budget. We went after them to get a budget, which they got us, and we got it right out, but unfortunately there was an additional $700,000, so
Yeah.
included due to a decimal point.
Okay. Anything else, you all set?
That's all I had.
Anything in the consent agenda, anybody wants pulled? No. I move to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second?
Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes.
Yes. There's been no change to the financial policies for you. Well, I say no change, the town clerk's name has changed. It's primarily why I need to. Thank you.
All set?
Yep.
Okay, I move to go into non-public session per New Hampshire RSA 91-8:3, Roman numeral 2, sections A and C. Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion?
No discussion.
No, roll call vote. Mr. LaCourse?
Yay.
Ms. Hawthorne?
Yes.
Mr. Bugby, yes. Motion passes.
Did I get my permit
Wait
from
for just a
Ralph?
minute.
It was on consent agenda.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it never made it into the crier, so. Hey,
Wait.
facts, facts.
Get your money.
So I guess we're good. Because it's gonna get. See stuff. Huh? Yes. I know, but I really should bring this. Oh my God. My husband and I showered over at Torrance because we have done well. And Innie won't look in it. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go. Hey, Denise, do you know why I might have gone to a certified letter from the town?
Keeping fire ponds.
My neighbor just asked me.
My guess is that it's from Karen. We have one that hasn't been serviced for years.
I don't know, my neighbor got me too. She texted me and said, did you get a
Well, that
certified
would be
letter from
good.
Lee? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't checked the mail.
Didn't come out of our side, and I,
And I guess
not
the
doing
other
anything out
is
of the clerk's
concern-
office, so it
I
must have
thought
been.
if she got one and I got one, it must be in a butter thing.
One pond
Yeah.
that stays up,
Plenty of
Somebody
everything.
must
even it's up,
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at now, right there,
Oh, no.
near the Captain Smith Emerson. That one seems to have artesian characteristics. And it's a real wide place to pull off for equipment, you'd be happy to dig the ditch.
Thanks.
That way.
Do that, we're not excavator and stuff, so.
Okay.
Having that, right there would be, medicine coming from the other corner.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Good night, John.
Yeah. Okay. Just, I don't understand, what is this what is the, current, consent agenda, what does that mean?
Things that they don't want to discuss, that they just sign as a matter of regular business.
Okay,
They've reviewed them.
they reviewed them,
They have no
okay, yeah,
concern
so
with them on
that's,
the- They make one motion to,
It's not recorded. I can still hear it. Damn it.
if it's just us.
basically, they said they're just from here and they're signing.
Right.
Yeah.
Matters of regular business, they review them, we send them to them ahead of the meeting. They have no concerns. And you heard Scott will ask, does anyone want to pull anything from the consent agenda? If you've looked at it and changed your minds, you can pull it, discuss it further, or table it.
Yeah, okay, just to know what that is.
Just a way to speed the meeting along, basically.
Yeah.
So this is.
And I'm not going to say anything outrageous.
Please. Shouldn't be that long. Not yet.
All right. If you go over and hit the audio.
The camera's on. Where, stop streaming?
Yes, I can. Just leave it on. The screen that shows when it updated, it shows.
Don't say anything bad. It's still recording.
at that, the dedicated few.
I had a feeling some people would leave. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How long was the non-public?
We went from 6:40 to 7 o'clock exactly. 20 minutes.
22 minutes. When I asked if it was maybe a 20-minute non-public or a
It's
5-minute
fine.
non-public, and you
Well,
said 5 minutes, and 22
5
minutes
minutes.
later, here we are.
That's because Andy was too chatty.
Okay,
That was
You
it.
got your money.
Check.
so make sure we knew that I was right.
This is the actual
Oh, is it different than mine?
contract. That's the motion, but that's the
Oh, okay.
the official.
So, one, I move to seal the minutes from the non-public session. Do I have a second?
Second.
We'll do it the other way. Mr. LaCourse?
Yes.
Ms. Hawthorne?
Yes.
Mr. Bugby, yes, motion passes. All right. So, I move to authorize the town administrator to enter into a contract to purchase a 2025 KME Panther pumper apparatus from Bulldog Fire Apparatus in the amount of $827,001. Said funds to come from the Fire Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So, do I have to sign this? You, because we just authorized you to do it.
I know, I just.
If you authorize me to, I can sign it.
Yeah, good.
In most places, there's only one signature
There's
line.
too many stickies here. I can't deal with all these stickies.
I think that I'll have the fire chief sign on the second one.
Okay. Yes, I got out of that. Next item of business, and I'm glad the chief's still here. Discuss the Regional Fire Collaboration Working Group presentation on November 10th. They want to have a meeting in Barrington, correct? I believe it's in Barrington.
No.
I think they want to do it here.
Oh, they want to do it
Because
here?
There's
I thought
going
it
to
was
be a
in
joint
Barrington.
meeting, so they were wondering if they could get on.
Okay,
If everybody, that's from what
all right.
I understood.
I thought it was in Barrington, but okay.
The normal meetings are in Barrington, but because our select board has a meeting that night, they wanted to see if they could just piggyback onto that
Okay.
meeting.
I thought it was in Barrington. I wasn't there when it was decided. so.
I can call Connor tomorrow and
Verify.
discuss it with him too.
So assuming they want to have it in Lee, I guess, is there any concern with that?
No, just in terms of time, I don't know how long this is gonna take, because it's a presentation, correct?
That's what I'm,
So I'm not
Understand.
sure, I'm not sure what's gonna be on the agenda that particular night, so.
Let me find out, so if we're talking about budget and that sort of thing, we don't end up with a 5-hour meeting.
I don't think we're talking about budgets, but things come up, so we just plan on being a little bit later.
We'll try not to have anything come up.
And did you guys discuss what time on the 10th? I don't remember that.
whatever time works best for you guys, because it would be on your,
We started at 6,
Meeting night.
so can you check with Connor?
Yep, I will.
I'll just say that I don't even, we've talked about the meeting, but we haven't talked about what we're gonna talk about, so I can't really speak to how long it's gonna be, or.
And just to acknowledge all the stuff that the chiefs have done, especially our chief.
Yep.
There's a lot of work being done into that, so, so thank you very much for all that you're doing. I appreciate that. So. And we even had a guest last time.
Me.
Yes.
Apparently I was the guest.
All right. Anything you'd like to add, Chief, in terms of the whole process or anything?
I would like to say publicly that I think it's going well as a group. We're not making any decisions, and it's just advisory right now. I think it's put me and the other two chiefs in the forefront, that we're communicating a lot more than we have been in the past. We have great relationships, but I think we're starting to understand each department's, everything about each department, and I think the communication has been very open and moving forward. They're looking at some of our stuff that we have already prepared, and they're gonna use it, like our SOGs. They kind of have older ones, so I just gave them all of our documents so that they could look at it. But just to the public, that we're not moving forward with regionalization at this point. We're just talking about it and trying to figure out what works best for everybody.
And there's gonna be some stuff coming out, so that we're all saying the same thing. And we're not pushing a fire district, we're just saying, you know, this is what we're looking at, maybe, maybe not. But other things in terms of, you said at the last meeting, in terms of what you just said, in terms of collaborating on what's out there, sharing information. They've had the dispatch center lady there.
Unix
Gregor-
dispatch came in and talked.
Gregor
Gregor's
Forster
been
on
in.
ambulance,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
so, working with all those particular groups, beneficial, so. But thank you, Chief, for all your time, because I know this is an extra thing for you,
Yep.
so, appreciate it. Anything else before we adjourn? Nope, nothing? All right. I will entertain a motion to adjourn, how about that?
Oh, motion to adjourn.
A second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'll get fancy there, Scott.
Oh.
Hey.
God, I'm entertained.
Mr. John, all those things I learned from you, so